Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hi.
Doing great. To start, I'm obsessed with kind of, the whole concept of the show as a whole. I think is just so much fun. And then I'm a theater kid, so to add in all of like actual Broadway performers and singers and everything into the
Yeah.
mix is just so cool for me. But for both of you, you guys get to kind of exist in the hotel and like that crew right from the jump. And I do love like the dynamics that exist within the hotel. And so for you both, what was the fun of getting to kind of like dive into characters like this on just a vocal performance that do have such a like deep connection to one another?
Yeah, it was a really really wonderful experience. I mean, uh obviously recording all of this in isolation, I wasn't with the people that sang the lines,
Mhm.
but it was a unique process for me because it's really the first like big voiceover gig that I've done, being in there with seeing how the cohesiveness is derived from the creative team and the voiceover director, understanding other people's interpretations that they've already heard or recorded of characters, and playing into how the lines before you're saying your lines are read, while you're recording. I mean, just all the little details and mechanisms that are used in voiceover a recording to get that human feel and make it feel like you watched the show and you would have never guessed that we recorded these lines separately. I mean, that was like a fascinating portion of creating this for me, and the music as well. I mean, just the being able to step into a world where it is so it's so different. It's so different. It functions so differently from any type of piece that I've seen before. And then the fact that you also get a musical element to that,
Mhm.
that these characters get to express like their most intimate feelings and innermost parts of themselves through song is just the biggest cherry on top of an already wonderful, wonderful show.
Yeah, and I will say, Keith, you have a very distinct and recognizable voice. And so when I went to watch the show, I was like, oh, I'm excited to see who Keith David is. And then as soon as you spoke, I was like, found him. And it
Yeah.
is, to me, that's one of the coolest parts about like shows like this that have casts that so many of us know is like getting to be like, that's there he is right there. There's Keith David. There's Christian Borle, whoever it is. And for you, what was like the draw of getting to be a part of something like this? Because you've done voiceover, but like this is so different from like a lot of these animated shows that I've watched, and I'm obsessed with it.
Well, I mean, that's the great draw. It was so different. And so, it was like, wow, this is fascinating. I mean, we get to function in a world that has not been explored a whole lot. So we're kind of, pioneering this new world that we're navigating through.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that was great. I mean, you don't always, I, you know, I don't remember right now when we were recording this, if Blake had recorded it first or I was singing to a track, a scratch track, but there was some reference. So, and with the dialogue, you know, sometimes you get to, if it depends on if the person you're talking to recorded before you or not. You always get a reference track, but sometimes I get to hear what they've done.
Yeah.
So that's also something to react off of, which is kind of nice. Uh, it's always better to be in the room at the same time, but we don't always have that luxury. And that's it's like the magic of the movies. It's the magic of the voiceover box. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, we get to really engage our creative imaginations, and when you're guided properly, and as we were, um, it all blends and fits in like magic. It's like, wow, the magic happens. You come to see the final project, and you would never know that we weren't in the same room talking to each
Mhm.
other.
No.
No, exactly. Um, For our last quick question, with the show like this, I do love like starting with a song that said "It's a happy day in hell," just like instantly got me. I was like, great, I'm on board. But do you guys have a favorite moment from this season?
Yes, very much so, but I can't talk about it. You
Right. We
know,
can't
like
we
that
can't really yeah.
yeah, that's what makes
It's
this
like,
so tough.
yes, but
Um,
watch the
Yeah.
show.
yes, but watch the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very much so. I mean,
I think
any of
that
the
will when it'll become very apparent once you see the shows, which is one of our favorite moments.
yeah, yeah. And I
Oh,
think, yeah, me and Keith are talking about the same thing too. Yeah.
oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much for talking with me today, Keith. I do have to say, I met you on an airplane when I was like 8. And so doing this now in my 30s, I'm like, this is really cool. Because I was like, it's kind of full circle. So I was like, oh, I just talked to Keith David. I'm gonna bring up how I met him on an airplane one.
That's
But
wonderful.
but it's but I can't wait for people to get to see the show. I love it a lot, and so I think people are gonna love it too.
Thank you so
Très
much, Rachel.
bien.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Yeah, you
Thank
too.
you too.